go again. So today I will use time efficiently. So today we will be talking about what happened in 2022, but more importantly, what will happen in 2023, right? Right now I'm in front of you with the hat of the founder of First Batch, obviously, but I will be having some sort of speaking method by focusing on the dynamics of the world economy and crypto, more importantly, okay? For the ones who don't know me, I was working for one of the biggest sovereign wealth fund for a couple years, and moved to crypto space a couple years back, and I'm sharing your concerns because what happened in the last, especially couple of months, specifically after FTX, is a little bit terrifying. So I know that many of you are thinking about, okay, what is happening? Is everything okay or not? So let's first try to understand what happened first on the crypto space, and then try to understand what will happen. For many of you, you already experienced this, but this whole bull run started towards the end of 2020, right? With this whole grayscale narrative. And then we have some drawbacks, and we had another bull run with the ETFs in United States. And after that, there was the Triaro collapse, Luna collapse, and we were trying to understand that, hey, what will happen to the market? What will be the reaction of the market? And I believe today we are still seeing the result of this collapse with the FTX, as you can understand from the balance of the FTX. They heavily affected from Luna crash. And when we look at the FTX dynamics and how it will affect the market, we can easily understand that it is 3-4 times bigger incident than Triaro's crash. And probably we will be seeing the effects of FTX and Alameda's crash for another 7 to 8 months. With this, I like to come to macro side and try to understand what will happen in a macro side. When we look at the data, we are seeing right now the Fed hiked the rate another 0.75%, and we are around 3.75 to 4%, which is a little bit scaring for traditional markets. And someone coming from traditional finance, I will try to highlight what may happen in the future. So with this, we had too many consecutive increases, and I believe that it will get worse. So on my side, yes, worst days, bad days over, but worst days on the horizon. So in a nutshell, I can easily say that. Now I will try to explain you my hypothesis why the global macro will get worse and how crypto will affect it from this. I'm really sorry, I would like to give you hopium today, but you know, telling the truth, giving the right medicine on the right time, I think really important. So when we look at the numbers, what we see is that we are seeing the inflation. On the first point, the inflation rate in the United States moved lower in October for the 4th consecutive month at 7.7%. So inflation looks like coming back, but 2 days ago, New York Fed released an analysis and some charts and data, which shows that inflation may come back, okay? And more importantly, as it pertains to Fed policy, the slower rate of growth around 6.3%. I don't want to put you in details by reading this, but I like to just tell you that we had a drawback in the inflation, okay? And it looks like inflation will be super sticky. And more scary is that the job numbers are looking quite tricky. Now I will try to explain you why it's looking tricky. When you look at the non-farm payrolls and non-farm, like people are finding jobs in the United States, we are easily seeing that the methodology changed substantially. Many people are working in 2 different jobs, and it feels like for many economists that these numbers are not reflecting the truth. And the worst is coming. Let me tell you why worst is coming. Twitter cutting 50% of their workforce makes 3,700 jobs. When we look at the Meta side, Facebook is cutting 13%, 11,000 jobs. Snapshot, 1,200 jobs, 20% off. Netflix, 400 jobs. Microsoft, 1,000. This is exactly looking as previous cycles. First, we have the problem of inflation, okay? And it's not like Volcker period. In the Volcker period, the Federal Reserve was panicked, and then they skyrocketed the policy rates. Now, again, we are seeing a substantial increase in the policy rates of Federal Reserve, but not as Volcker period. And on the other side, Yellen is trying to balance it by printing money. So they're trying to balance each other. That's why we saw a drawback in the inflation. But what I'm trying to tell you that this is not reflecting the truth, okay? Many people start losing their job. Job data is not reflecting the truth. We are talking about the macro side. On macro side, I believe that the things will get worse, especially after the last couple of weeks of December. And then we will see some announcement about US is getting recession. I'm really sorry that I'm not talking about nice things, but we have a group of prop traders with some kind of wonder kids from Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley. With my friends, we are chatting, and this is the consensus that we have. Most probably, the inflation for 2023 will be sticky, okay? People are already not doing so well in terms of jobs. These job numbers are heavily plugged in, meaning that the United States is somehow manipulating the data over there for political reasons, we believe. We can easily see that the economy is slowing down and people are losing their jobs. So that will have some effects on the market. People will, when we look at the savings are super low. You know, the credit ratio is getting really high. On the macro side, things will start get worse. And with the announcement of recession, I believe we will be seeing really strong drawbacks. And on the other side, because we are all blockchain enthusiasts, when we look at the blockchain and crypto space, we don't see a good picture here either. I'm not trying to scare you. Obviously, things will get better. I just wanted to tell you the truth, because I was working for one of the world's biggest financial institutions for a couple of years, as I say, and there we always see that the economists and finance people have tendency to lie the society, and I never lie. That's why I believe I have that much followers on Twitter. So what we can do to protect ourselves, and shall we go back to our traditional job? I think that's the next question. There were many when we look at the problems, and you know, I always check the cycles. So cyclical changes and, you know, improvements are my favorite thing to check. So when we look at the cycle, we easily see that this is a part of the cycle. Industry will be cleaning itself. Guys, believe me, even my employees, my friends are leaving the industry, okay? So you're right to afraid, but this will change. I promise you, because I saw many cycles similar to this. So there were over-leveraged players like Alameda. I was in the Alameda's office for like on April, I guess, and I immediately understand that there is something wrong, but I couldn't understand the scale of the business. Let me tell you why I understand this. FTX was doing something with 400 people. The similar job in the other central exchange, what were done by thousands of people, okay? And there was really close community. The kids weren't looking so nice, and you can easily understand the relation between Alameda and FTX. When I was in Bahamas, the number seven house was belonged to FTX, and right behind this building, there was Alameda. Alameda's people were getting inside of the FTX headquarters, seeing all of the order flows and, order books. That was looking already alarming. Anyways, so when we look at the structure of the market on the crypto side, once again, we see that there are many connected relations, and I think there will be cascade of liquidations. And when we look at the Mt. Gox event, we see that people couldn't get their funds back for up to 4 to 6 years. So unfortunately, FTX global investors will not be able to get anything, I believe, between for another maybe 4 or 5 years. So and during that liquidation process, we will be seeing big fluctuations and volatility in the crypto prices. But overall, when we look at the big picture on the crypto side, it looks like 2023 will be painful, both in crypto side and financial world, traditional finance side. I know I didn't use the presentation. I give this presentation because they asked me to do that. I don't like to use presentations. Then the audience getting bored, they get bored. So 2023 will be painful, probably entire 2023. I was expecting maybe we can save last quarter or last half of the 2023 before the FTX collapse. But what we see when we look at the market structure, as I explained you, this is adding 6 to 7 months, Luna crash. We still having the effect. So FTX, we will have the effect for 6, 7 months. And then it will take too much time to recover the harm that this collapse made the industry, because they break the trust. This is really bad. And I mean, there is no reason to lie you. People are not happy with how its industry going. But on the other side, there are people like First Batch team, like Binance, they're trying to recover the industry. I think people has to understand eventually this is not about the blockchain. What happened is about our nature, human nature. This is the result of human nature. This is not about blockchain. What the cyberpunks and Nakamoto offer us is not that one. We should focus on self-custody more. I think that's a good lesson. Each time when I fail or lose money, even though I didn't lose any money in this specific event, I'm looking what I could do better. And in this specific case, we can easily see that we totally misunderstand the concept. Let's be honest, almost everyone here were focusing on speculation side, how to make easy money. So if we be honest to ourselves, I think we can make everything better. First, we have to understand that there are still substantial macro risk, and traditional finance is not looking good. Second, we should accept that this will take some time, minimum 6 months, and we will see cascading effects and mass liquidations on the crypto side. And third thing is that we should be more tied with the structure and roots of the industry if you want to improve yourself. And if you believe on crypto space and blockchain, that's not the way to proceed further. The way to proceed further is to make self-custody. You don't have to necessarily go and buy Ledger. You can use, you can I don't want to market the MetaMask. There are many solutions, but you can go and have some wallets like MetaMask and restore your own funds in your wallet. So overall, I'm still optimistic about the future, but I just want to let you know that many good talents were floating that side. We lost some of them because of what happened. I would love to answer your question, but unfortunately, there is no microphone and nothing like that. I will be around. You can find me. 2023, especially the last month, last 2 weeks of this year, I believe will be painful. 2023 will be tough. Towards the 2023, maybe Fed will start cutting the rates once again and ease the global markets. Also, when you look at the SEC stress test reports for August, they're not looking so healthy. Bank of America may have some problem if there is a small size bank run in the United States. This is the end of 15 minutes, so thank you so much for listening me. Hope I managed to explain you the risks. And if you like to have, if you have any specific question, I will be more than happy to answer this somewhere around there. Thank you so much.